Welcome to part 2 of this playthrough for Star's End. In part 1 we did the prologue and we finally got to the space station down on the planet here, and we're now just about to step out into what you would call the real survival element of the game. Now, because we did the prologue, we got lots of kit. We got a saw, we got a pickaxe and an ordinary axe, we got a shotgun with a little bit of ammunition in it for self-defense. Before we go out, I need to drink some water, so we're just gonna use that, get the water level up, so we're ready to go. Just having a quick look through my inventory. When we got most of the kit that we need to survive, and for reference, if you start the game in survival mode, this is the point where you actually land. What happens is the game just drops you into this area here, and what I want to do in this part is we're going to do a bit of exploring and just do a little bit of gathering of items as well. And I just want to check my machete. My machete is, can't see it because we're in first person, and I'm just gonna get out here and explore and see what we can find. And what more importantly, what I would like to do is we've got this makeshift claim item here, so I would like to find somewhere I can set out a base. And strangely enough, this looks probably like a good location here, because, well, we've got a water tank. We need a supply of water, so these water tanks are quite important. But in some ways, I'd like to get out a little bit further than being right next to the base. We're just going to got some credits. Whoops. Oh, I keep forgetting. There's this bug that whenever you do something, I'll pick something up just to show you. If I ever find anything to pick up, you get the secondary result from. Yeah, we're not going to find anything here. Oh, well, I know there's loot in this cabin here, and well, we might as well grab some wood sticks as well. I think the one thing I haven't got, I just need to check. It's been a few days since I've actually played this. We don't actually have a fire, so if we go into crafting and we go to survival, what we need is some logs and some rocks. So I don't need wood sticks, I don't need anything there. We just need wood and rocks. Well, we've got a pickaxe, we've got a ordinary axe to chop wood down. Okay, let's just see if we can get in here. Let's see what we can find. And of course, all these are random drops. A brown camo shirt, that could be useful, because that will give us cloth. Not finding it very much. Oh, we've got a wood stick and some scrap cloth. Got some dirty water. Now, you can drink dirty water, but one of the problems with dirty water is it's not as good as clean water. But what you can do is, once you've got a campfire, you can... We've got a bush in there. Let's just get rid of these wood sticks. So we'll be able to get rid of this tree. Yeah, what you can do is... What we got here? A radar pad. What is a radar pad when it's at home? Yeah, what you can do is clean the water up once you've got a campfire. So we've got a back entrance here. We've got Clayton Town over there. That's probably a good location to check stuff out. We've got Solomon's Redemption that way. We've got an iron graphite mine over there. I think we're going to head in the direction of Clayton Town. I mean, actually, we could check this building out here just to see if there's any scrap metal. Scrap metal seems to be the one that you really need to grab. It's one of the rarer resources on the map. What you do is you just walk around here. You see the piles just here. I'm just going to grab that. Yeah, I've got a pile of scrap metal. Now, I can pick up a lot more than the base level, because I've actually got a makeshift backpack which gives me a carry capacity of 4,000. if you're just starting out, the carry capacity is only 1,000, and picking up too much can be a bit of a problem because you can get overburdened. Plant fiber, grab some of that. And is there any more scrap around here? As I say, scrap can be a bit of a problem. So I do want to set up a base a little bit away from the spaceport. I mean, if you're just starting out and you played the prologue, maybe staying close to the spaceport would be quite useful. But I think I would certainly would like the Clayton Town. Maybe we can set up near Clayton Town, because I know Clayton Town has got water in there. And if you look, oh, here we go. These bugs can be a real pain in the neck. Let me just make sure I've got. Okay, let's just try out the machete on these bugs. But yeah. And of course, what you do is by killing these, you can get hide from them. Now we are wounded, but what we can do is just use this bandage here. And you can see I don't have any more, so what we're going to need to do is, and this is where come in here, you see here I've got scrap rags, so we can just make that. And I think what we can do is we're going to shred that as well. So we can get, I mean, I've got 3 medicated bandages as well, which help the health. But as you can see, my health recovers. Okay, we only got the 1. Right, let's just keep heading this way towards Clayton Town. This is Clayton Outpost, 2.5 kilometers. We've got a refinery over there. Now, to be completely upfront, I haven't really explored the map that much, so we just have to see what actually happens. I suppose I could keep gathering plant fibers. Because what you can do is you can make, just to show, if I grab some plant fibers, I mean, in some ways the animation in this game is a little bit reminiscent of Ark. If you've played Ark, then again I think it's also reminiscent of a lot of different games. And see here, if we go to crafting, and you can see a scrap cloth. You can see we've got 15 of these. Now, one thing you can't do on here is do multiples. There's also a feature which they might need to look at going forward, and that is that, say for example, you click on a bandage. There isn't the intelligence in the system at the moment to convert plant fibre to scrap cloth to make bandages. You've actually got to go through all the steps at the moment. But then the game is in early access, so you can't expect too much. I mean, it will probably grow over time. I'm just going to come in here. Just going to keep grabbing the plant fibre. Oh, it's wood sticks. One of the annoying things is that you've got to stay focused on the tree while you're actually picking. If you move away, it stops actually picking it up. Anyway, we're going to keep pushing across the terrain here. I think the other thing that's slightly annoying is the breathing effect. I think they probably need to tone that down a little bit, because it's all right at the beginning, but it can get a little bit irritating. There's a bit more plant fibre here. Keep grabbing it. But if you're doing the survival start, wood sticks and plant fibre and rock are probably the most important things you need to get, because you've got to make the basic tools to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. I think the cactus here is a food item. Let me just check. Ingredients required for creating medicinal salvo and can be used for cooking. Okay, so must admit I haven't really ever used it. There's a rock there. Now what you've got to do is, in the moment there's nothing above that rock, and I've got to remember where's my pickaxe. It's just I thought I'd swap the shot. Now, one of the annoying things with the menu is that it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But when you come in here, you can see here, if I press 1, 2, I've got, and you can see once you put the pickaxe on, it tells you that you can actually start to mine. So if you're looking for a specific item, you've got to have it on, and I suppose we may get something on here. Now what you get from rocks is totally random. This one doesn't want to play. Right, we're now getting some rock. And the reason I'm doing this is to get the campfire. And if you keep whacking it long enough, I mean, it's a bit tedious. Right, resource depleted. And what we got here, got 5 rocks. If we go to crafting now, you will see we come in here. We need 1 more rock and 6 pieces of wood. Get the. Now I'm not going to do the wood just at the moment. Well, I think I could do the wood actually. And so yeah, I mean, let me just do this as a demo. You can see the trees do float a little bit above the surface. I can't remember. Got to get a routine here. I think I'm just going to put 3 here. And you can see as soon as I put the axe on, you can. Hey. Don't know where he came from. Right, we're getting hide from this guy. Now hide is very useful. I think. Okay, there's another one here. All right, hide is useful for making backpacks. And we got some more hide and some more. Okay. And we've been wounded, so we better get in here. And I'm gonna right click and use. We're also getting a little bit tired, so we're going to be a bit careful with that. This is another reason why I would like to get to Clayton Town, but we will chop a tree down. Now there's no indication of progress, so you've just got to keep banging away at this until eventually the tree falls over. There we are. And then what you get is this big chunk of the tree falls over. Looks like there's actually 2 trees, and what you will see tucked in here is some logs. And again, I just need to make sure. Right, what I need to do is find the saw, and I'm gonna take that over. Oops, no. And I'm just gonna drop that there. It's a little bit chunky at the moment. If we get the saw on, and then we go here, what you see is we can now saw out these logs. So you need the saw to turn the logs into. So we got. And then you get what's called wood logs. Now you can actually carry these logs, but there's no point carrying the logs until you've got a base to put them. So I'm just going to keep. And again, this is a little bit tedious because you just do one at a time. Eventually it will disappear. Wow, getting a lot of. I think you get 5 from each one. It's also interesting that the saw actually looks like a hacksaw. Right, so if I just to show you, just to confirm, we've now got 5 wood logs. And if I go to crafting again, you can see we need 1 more log, but what we can get one from here. Yeah, and what you can do is pick these logs up and actually carry them over. I mean, if we come here, I think what we need to do is go back to 1, then we can go to F. You can see we've now got a log. And you can see it needs to say we are a little bit encumbered. So what I'm going to do is just, what you do is if you just press F again, you just drop it onto the ground here. Anyway, back to, I've got a bit disorientated. We're going the wrong way again. What we're going to do is head for Clayton Town. There's an oil tank. Actually, I need another rock, don't I? So just going to pick up a bit more rock. Now, I think these ones that look slightly greenish have different resources in them. So you can see we're getting iron ore now. I don't really need iron ore, so I need one more rock in order to make a campfire. I was just gonna. I'm not really getting anything out of this. I'm not sure if this is deliberate, that the results are random, or whether it's just a glitch that you don't get something out of every single rock. I mean, we can't. Now, as far as I know, this could be a source of fuel, because you've got these fuel tanks here, but I'm not exactly sure what the role of that. Well, just keep going this way. This yellow rock is sulfur. Again, I'm not particularly that interested in that. We can check around here for some iron ore. I am getting a little bit tired, and that's the top stat, the one with the crescent moon on it. Right, we're going to keep heading for Clayton. I will get some rock eventually. Right, I've finally managed to find a rock that will give me something. I think there's a bit of a glitch here. We've got some flint now. I think this is about the 3rd or 4th rock that I've tried. And I'm finally managing to get some rocks out here. Right, rock's depleted. What we should be able to do now is get into crafting, and we can make a campfire. We craft out a campfire. We've now got a campfire. Now the question is, where are we going to settle? There's Clayton over there. Clayton's got a water tank, so we can go into there and get water. So I think maybe for the start of this playthrough, we'll stake a claim somewhere. I mean, we can always move our claim. We're not stuck wherever we want. There's Solomon's Redemption that way. And we've got a nice set of resources here. I must admit, I do like heights with respect to. There we got some. I mean, a lot of these buildings are just purely static. Actually, I quite like that area up over here. We've got some trees around here as well. So let's just head out this way a little bit first. Maybe this would be a good location to set up put down our claim. There's a horse over there. Can we so you can actually get wild horses. Claim a horse. Simplest way to travel on planets is the horseback. Planets must have an atmosphere. Once placed, it can't be picked up. Saddle not found. So you're going to make a saddle. That's interesting. What is this here? Nope. Okay, there's nothing here. We've got a few resources around here, so maybe this will be a good place. We're not too far away from Clayton Town, so we can go in and put out resources. Yeah, I think we're going to put a stake our claim here. And for some reason, it took a little while to do. What we're going to do is right click. We're going to place. You must join a clan. How on earth do I join a clan? Okay. A bit of lag with respect to the tab. Clans. A clan. Clans silver. Beard. Okay. Okay. So you can. This is obviously a tie into multiplayer. So we've now got a. Okay. Oh, so we get stats. We've got health. Thirst is getting a bit low, 34%. Fatigue is 45%. Hunger 60. Shields. We've got shields. Didn't realise that. Oxygen. Health. Got no missions. Primary, secondary. I assume that a lot of this is to come eventually. Loot private locker. Resettlement. Lieutenant Diesel. Right, let's see. Oops. Ha. If we can. Right, so we can now drop our claim. As far as I know, if necessary, we can pick this up. So we've now got staked our claim on this hillside with a nice view. I'm not sure if that actually gives us any defenses from creatures. What we can do now is we can place our campfire. But what we do need to do now is, I think if we got to stand close, I'm sure we got a lighter. Yeah. And then you need a lighter or the bow drill to get the fire up and running. We've now got our fire, and what we can also do is deploy our, where is it? Our sleeping bag. So we've now got sleeping bag, and more importantly, if we use the campfire now, we can see here we can make food, we can clean water. So we click on that. We've got 5 dirty water, so we can craft some fresh water. Now there is no perish time in this game, so we've got eggs. So we can have bug egg stew. Smoked meat, cooked meat, fibre soup. What do we need for fibre then? We need 1 salt, 1 clean water, 3 plant fibres. We can make fibre soup. Charcoal. Compound remnants of wood burned in campfire used for crafting gunpowder. So we're going to need that. Bug egg stew. We need for bug egg stew. It looks like water and salt are very important in cooking, but the basics here, cooked bug egg is probably, oh, well, we'll make some bug egg. And what we got here, smoked meat, it doesn't spoil. We need that. Raw meat. Oh, I got raw meat. I wasn't aware that I had any. Also, I got one. It can be fried on a campfire, so that must have come from that creature. Just gonna, of course, we're a bit low on food, so we're going to eat that. So our food is 100%. We got certainly a lot of lag. We're going to need to drink clean water. That puts up your quenches your thirst a lot quicker than the dirty water. Sorry, brain fade a little bit there. So we've got food, and what we need now is we're 42%. But what we can do is now have a sleep. And for some reason we're still in our survival suit. When do I actually need the helmet on? This planet's got oxygen on it. I think we're just going to leave this set up. As far as I know, the fire burns perpetually. And we've got our claim. What I want to do now is, I'm aware that time's pushing on, but what I want to do is, just to finish this video off, we're going to go down and check out Clayton Town to show you what is down here. So we're okay. We're rested. We've got plenty of food. Now, we've got no storage besides what we carry, but as far as I know, there is a way that you can store stuff, but we're going to have to explore that. I'm going to say there is a water tank here, but we need empty bottles to be able to do that. This is Craig Ogre. Here we are. We're in Clayton Town. Of course, we're going to start with a little bit of dumpster diving. I mean, if you're starting out in survival mode, heading for Clayton Town straight away is a good option, because there's a lot of good loot in here, and if you are lucky enough to pick up some credits, you can actually buy stuff in the shops. And just go in here. So, oops, let's get in here. It's a station dweller. Now, some of these places are a bit private, so you can't loot them. Let's go upstairs, see if we can find anything in here. So this is a little bit of a loot fest. I think these rooms were built people in. You can't. Oh, well, we can. A bandage there. We'll take that. Anyway, let's just get round and out of here. I mean, obviously this isn't particularly very interesting from a video perspective. It's almost like if there's people here, you cannot pick up items. Cupboard here. Take the floral shirt. Yeah, it'll probably suit me. Again, we can just keep going up. I think this is the top level. Bathroom sink, nothing. I'm just gonna get down through here. Get down the way. I suppose we should walk around properly. And it's gonna go out. Come on. I think we'll leave these general buildings here, because this is like the upmarket here. There's a door here. Yeah, these full-length windows can be a little bit confusing. You think you can walk through them, but you can't. So some of this is a little bit empty at the moment. I wonder what that is over there. And we've got the fine dining diner. And here's the water tank that I was talking about. And I don't think I've got any empty bottles on me. Yeah, we've got 7 empty bottles. Just to demonstrate that. This can be a little bit confusing, because when you walk up to the water tank, there's an assumption that if you walk up here and stand here, something's going to happen, but it isn't. What you've got to do is stand here, come in here, then like that, and then do use. And what happens is, but be aware that what this does, I'll do it again just in case you missed it. This is dirty water. As I say, you can drink it, but you get far more out of here. Got Bradbury Ale. Yeah, I mean, alcohol is a feature in this game. I don't know if it actually makes you drunk or anything like that, or maybe that's a feature to come in the future. But or whether the alcohol gives you something else. A wood stick. Thank you, game. We got hungry diamonds. Our claim is over there. But in some ways, this is the more interesting part of town. And again, if you're in survival mode, once you've built up some resources, do, this is the liquor vendor, and just to show you this. Yeah. It'll take a little while to get stuck on the chairs. Maybe if we walk behind the bar. And you can see, although he's a liquor vendor, you can buy clean water from him. Now, the way you work out how much cash you got is here. I've got 49 credits. I'm not exactly sure. So, cigarettes give a short-term stamina boost. Caffeine boosts stamina. Used for cooking. Again, I think water is going... A supply of water is going to be something that is going to be one of the more possibly trickier elements to manage. And what have we got here? So it's got somebody's junkyard. There's a duffel bag just outside. A brown camo shirt. And strangely enough, you can actually come in here and pick up stuff in the shop, even if it is not there. Of course, the vending machine you can use, and you can get clean water from here. The prices seem to be fairly fixed as well for the moment. I mean, that may change in the future. Now this is where you could come again if you were in survival mode and you're really desperate for materials. This is where you can come to make things. So we've got sleeping bags, sugar. I suppose salt would be a good one if he sold it, but he doesn't sell salt, because I'm not sure where I actually got the salt from. I've only got one piece of salt left, so I think we're going to have to look around and try and find some salt. Yeah, the pathing is still a little bit dodgy in the game. So there's actually 2 water tanks in this place here. This is going to be quite interesting in the future. This is a vehicle place. So we could go and purchase a vehicle from him, and we can go out that way. And then over here, this last building is the stables. So we can come in here and we can purchase a horse. I don't know how much it would cost us to purchase a horse. 130 credits, so we've got nowhere near enough yet. We got here a power cell. Now there's a big difference between what you pay for and what you actually sell items from. So let's just go over here just to wind the video up. Check the big. An empty bottle, that's going to be useful. And this is like a bit like the Skid Row part of town, but strangely enough, there's actually some pretty. You can get reasonable loot in here. What on earth is that? Can I pick that up? My instincts say I should be able to pick that up, but it's not. More dirty water. And of course, if you're in early survival mode, you can snag a quick sleep in here as well. No one seems to object, thank goodness. So again, if you're in early survival mode, you don't have a lot of the resources. You haven't made a sleeping bag or anything like this. And there's also a possibility that you could actually kind of initially work on this area here as a, how can you say, a base to go out and explore and just get a feel for the mechanics. Okay, I'm just going to get in here. We've got 2 cupboards here. Nothing in that one. Nothing in that one. Got some more dirty water and Clayton Cola. Got some nails. Pretty sure nails is needed for construction. We'll be looking into that in a future part. Just gonna, more dirty water. Yep, I'll take that. just gonna wander around here. Anything here? Oh, there's got to be an entrance. So I've got the laundromat here. There's a church over there. Okay, let's just shoot in here and see if there's anything. There's a duffel bag just down in here. Got some scrap cloth. Okay. Anything else? Another duffel bag there. Oh, okay. And we got the apartments here. Oops. Plain white shirt. We've got the bedside lockers. Another empty bottle. Yes, we certainly want that. Right, we've got a backpack shell here, which could be very useful because at the moment we've only got a we've only got a makeshift backpack, but what we might be able to do is have a quick look at survival. The backpack shell, makeshift backpack. Let's just have a quick look through components. We've got a whole load of crafting here. We've got wood planks, building here. Wow, got wooden short wall here, and we need a. So to make a wall, it requires a workbench. So we have to find a workbench. I'm not sure how we can make a workbench. Tools. We got here workbench. So it looks like one of the first things we're going to need to make for our base is a workbench and weapons bench, vertical mining beam, weapons, shotgun shells. What do we need? Gunpowder, iron, and cloth. We can make an SMG, sniper rifle, turret ammo, so we can make a turret if we got one. Nail grenade, combat knife, wearables, spacesuit, floral shirt. We can make a Stetson. Okay, what do we need for a Stetson? 3 hide and 2 cloth. I don't think it actually gives us anything. Because again, you don't get any real stats on this to tell you what the value of that is. What's more important, we've got vehicles here. So what do we need for a saddle? We need 1 more hide and some cloth, and then we can get ourselves a horse. Propulsion engine, booster drive. We got. So that's what are the basics of survival. We can make a bow. What do we need for a bow? I actually quite like the idea of a bow. So actually, first things first. Arrows. So we need flints. We've only got, so we don't have the 1 arrow. Maybe that's something to work on going forward. Anyway, let's just do a little bit more looting. Going to go up 1 more level. Okay, oops. Right, there's another apartment here. Nothing there. Kind of wonder what these things are, but I can't seem to be able to pick them up. They're not getting highlighted. Have a floral shirt, and say that the clothes are very useful for scrap cloth, so don't think they're just not worth anything. There's this stuff on the floor. Starman Strog. That disappeared. So those are like random spawns that you don't pick up immediately. Okay, I've never seen that before. Right, I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, what we'll be doing is looking up maybe getting a workbench and starting to put together some kind of base that we can operate from. And I need to walk this way so I can get into the sports ground. There's also a church over there which has got loot in it. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.